Hello, I'm Dr. X. Today, we're tackling one of the hottest topics in health and longevity right now, autophagy, that natural, cellular cleanup process everyone's talking about. It's often praised as a miracle for anti-aging, disease prevention, and better health during fasting or exercise. But like many trendy concepts, it comes with a lot of misconceptions that can lead to confusion or even risky behaviors. In this video, we'll debunk 6 common misconceptions about autophagy using clear, evidence-based explanations. I'll start with simple logic and everyday examples, move into physiological realities and real-world patterns, and wrap up with the scientific theories and clinical details. Whether you're trying intermittent fasting, curious about longevity hacks, or just want the facts, this will give you a balanced, accurate picture. Misconception 1: Only long-term fasting induces autophagy. Fact: autophagy isn't something that only kicks in after days of extreme fasting. It's a constant, baseline process happening in your cells all the time, called basal autophagy, to keep things tidy, remove damaged proteins, and maintain normal function. Strong triggers like nutrient deprivation do ramp it up significantly, but even shorter fasts, like 16 to 24 hours, exercise, or certain lifestyle factors, coffee, polyphenol in plants, can boost it modestly without needing multi-day water fasts. Think of it like household cleaning: you do light tidying every day, basal level, but spring cleaning happens when things get really messy, strong trigger. Many people start feeling benefits from 16/8 intermittent fasting because it creates enough of a nutrient dip to enhance autophagy without extremes. Studies in animals and limited human data show upregulation can begin within 24 hours or even sooner with exercise. So no, you don't have to starve for days to get meaningful autophagy. Misconception 2: More autophagy is always better. Fact: autophagy is a double-edged sword. At normal or moderately elevated levels, it's protective, clearing junk, reducing inflammation, supporting longevity. But excessively high or prolonged autophagy can tip into harm, leading to what's called autophagic cell death, sometimes called type 2 programmed cell death or autosys, where the cell literally eats itself to death. It's like a recycling system, helpful when it clears out broken parts, but if it starts dismantling essential machinery because the stress signal never turns off, the cell suffers. Animal studies show this in extreme calorie restriction or severe stress. In humans, it's less common but relevant in contexts like prolonged severe fasting or certain diseases. Balance matters. Moderate induction through sustainable habits is the sweet spot, not pushing for maximum autophagy. Misconception 3: Autophagy is strictly a cleansing process. Fact: yes, it cleans up damaged components and pathogens, which is great. But it's also a recycling and energy production pathway. When nutrients are low, autophagy breaks down cellular parts into amino acids, fatty acids, and sugars that the cell can reuse for fuel. In some situations, this helps bad actors survive. For example, in cancer, autophagy can be a pro-survival mechanism. Early on, it may suppress tumor formation by removing harmful mutations or damaged organelles, but in established tumors, cancer cells often hijack autophagy to recycle nutrients under harsh conditions like low oxygen or chemotherapy stress, helping them endure and resist treatment. It can also aid certain viruses or bacteria in replicating inside cells. So autophagy isn't purely good or cleansing, it's context-dependent and can be exploited by disease processes. Misconception 4: fasting induces intense, unbearable hunger. Fact: for many people, hunger during fasting is surprisingly manageable and often decreases after the first day or two. Your body adapts. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, spikes initially but then drops as ketones rise and the brain shifts to using fat-derived energy. Appetite hormones like leptin adjust too. People doing intermittent fasting or short fasts frequently report that hunger fades into the background. Some even feel clearer-headed or less hungry than when constantly snacking. Of course, experiences vary, some find it tough, especially early on or with underlying conditions. But the idea that fasting always means unbearable hunger is overstated. Gradual adaptation and proper hydration/electrolytes make it far more tolerable than most expect. Misconception 5: You can feel autophagy happening. Fact: Autophagy is a microscopic, intracellular process. No nerves, no sensors, no direct physical sensation tells you it's starting or peaking. You can't feel your lysosomes fusing with autophagosomes or damaged mitochondria being broken down. Some people associate indirect signs, like reduced appetite, mental clarity, or mild fatigue during fasting, with autophagy kicking in, and those can overlap with the metabolic shift. But those are downstream effects of ketosis, hormone changes, or energy reallocation, not the autophagy process itself. There's no tingle, warmth, or special feeling that means autophagy is on. Claims of feeling the cleanup are anecdotal and not supported by biology. Misconception 6: All fasting triggers the same level of autophagy. Fact: Not at all. The intensity and type of autophagy depend on the stressor's strength, duration, and context. Nutrient deprivation, like prolonged fasting, is a powerful trigger, but exercise, especially endurance or resistance, induces it differently, often more in muscle or specific tissues. Different cells respond variably. Liver ramps up quickly during starvation, while brain autophagy may need stronger signals. Short intermittent fasts might give mild to moderate boosts. Longer fasts, 24 to 72 hours, push higher flux in many tissues. Even the same fast affects people differently based on age, genetics, metabolic health, and baseline state. Exercise-induced autophagy focuses more on mitochondrial quality control, while starvation hits broader recycling. So no, there's no one-size-fits-all autophagy level from fasting. It's graded and tissue-specific. In summary, autophagy is a fascinating, essential process, vital for cellular health, influenced by fasting, exercise, and diet, but it's not magic. It runs at baseline all the time, gets boosted by moderate stressors, can be protective or harmful depending on context, and doesn't come with a feeling or uniform intensity. Focus on sustainable habits, balanced intermittent fasting, regular movement, nutrient-rich foods, good sleep. These support healthy autophagy without extremes. If you're considering fasting or have health conditions, talk to a doctor first. Autophagy is powerful, but it's not one-size-fits-all. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. X. Drop your questions below, like if this cleared things up, and I'll see you next time with more science you can trust. Stay curious, stay balanced.